Nothing is true and everything is permitted. You got it. Our first competitor in this matchup is Italy's very own master assassin, Ezio Auditore. Ezio himself came from a long line of assassins. He lived a happy, joy-filled childhood and a teenage streak filled with action and girls. That is until his very own father and brother were mercilessly murdered by the assassin's age-old enemies, the Templars. Initially agreeing to be trained as an assassin for the sole purpose of seeking revenge, Ezio eventually grew into his father's shoes in order to take on the family business, which was to battle the Templars to ensure liberty and freedom for all humanity. A master assassin, Ezio is highly skilled in both bladed and unarmed combat. He is also an expert in espionage and is a man of great insight and physical abilities. Ezio is the face of the Assassin's Creed franchise for a good reason. Ezio is not one you should be taking lightly, nor should you test this master assassin.
Are you kidding? I'm working.
This takes precedence.
I'm in the middle of an interrogation. This moron is... Look, you can't pull me out of this right now.
Bart's been compromised.
Being the only female and the sexiest member of the Avengers, Black Widow is a former agent of the Russian KGB. As a former KGB agent, Natasha Romanoff is an elite assassin who eventually defected from Russia to serve under Nick Fury at S.H.I.E.L.D. Here's where she went on numerous missions with Hawkeye, and it is also how she eventually became a member of the Avengers team. This female fatale had the honor of joining the ranks of Iron Man, the Hulk, Thor, Captain America, and Hawkeye in the Battle for New York in the very first Avengers movie. A highly skilled assassin, Black Widow is an expert in both modern combat and psyops, especially when it comes to reverse interrogation. Natasha has proven that not all females have to be damsels in distress. In fact, she's proven otherwise. She's proven that they can also be a complete royal pain in the ass. But here's the good part. She's a good guy. So who would win out of these two? Would it be Russia's silent killer or Italy's master assassin? Would Ezio be able to stop this spider out, or would he succumb to the widow's bite? Well, let's see what happens.
Oh, bravo! What an impressive display! A pity you could not let your father live to see it. As for your mother, once I've dealt with you, I promise I'll give her my full attention.
Now it's time to compare our competitors' weaponry, starting off with the master assassin himself from Italy, Ezio Auditore. Our boy Ezio used to run around with a sword/saber, which he used to dominate in mid-range combat as a skilled swordsman and duelist. Along with his trusty little sword, he carried dual-purpose weapons, such as throwing knives, which could realistically be used as daggers. His more common long-range weapon was his mini crossbow of merciless justice and his own hidden gun built by Leonardo da Vinci himself. Kaboom! But wait, there's more! That's right, he also had two hidden blades, which he used to slice and dice Templars with, as if he were playing Fruit Ninja in real life. Ezio was also known to use smoke bombs occasionally in combat. Now let's take a look at Natasha Romanoff's own weaponry. Natasha's primary weapon was the Glock 26, a long-range weapon. It carried a 9mm bullet and 10 rounds per standard magazine capacity. This small concealed weapon is the choice of many defense organizations worldwide for a reason. She also carried Widow's Bite, a disposable taser that gave you 3,000 volts of pure pain and suffering. She also carried stun grenades. What a bitch. But that's not all, she also had piano wire to ensnare her prey. Watch her beat them down on the ground like sore losers. When it comes down to it, Widow wins the long-range game, but everything else goes to Ezio. Most of Widow's weapons are also meant for ambushing, where most of Ezio's don't necessarily need an ambush to be used, or don't need CQB, hence I give Ezio the edge because he is just more versatile, and he can do a lot more things with his payload. So the edge goes to Ezio Auditore. Now this is going to be a fairly quick CQB segment for obvious reasons because Natasha has a Glock. The Glock is far superior than a crossbow, which takes only one shot, then you gotta reload, which takes a long time realistically. Same goes for the one-shot hidden gun that Ezio has. And throwing knives just ain't gonna cut it, especially if he misses, because then Natasha can use them against him. So when it comes to CQB, which is being in a tight space, firing off weapons at each other from a distance, Natasha wins. Now remember, CQB is not hand-to-hand, it is room-to-room. Keep that in mind for the rest of the video. But the edge goes to Natasha in this case.
Catch him! Rip him apart!
It's time for my favorite segment of the video, martial skill. Let's look at Black Widow. As you can see, she can easily take on multiple opponents, easily. Using her piano wire, of course, sometimes. She can even do weird breakdancing maneuvers to show off in the middle of combat. She's not even trying here. That says a lot about her. And wait, there's more. She can also use pepper spray like a boss. Here's Ezio. He can also use parkour on your face. But that's not all. He too can take on multiple opponents with various ease. All using his bare hands. Keep in mind, this is just martial skill. So overall, when it comes to hand-to-hand only, not talking about weapons here, I give the edge to no one. It is a complete draw. These two are complete hand-to-hand beasts. I would not want to get into a barroom brawl with these people. Now it's time to showcase and compare both of our competitors' X-Factor abilities and traits, starting off with Ezio Auditore himself. Let's watch Ezio display his epic free-running skills as he scales up this wall like a boss. But wait, our heroine Black Widow, she's just as nimble and can do the same crap in closed spaces. Yikes. Ah, but you see our boy Ezio pretty smart here. But yeah, but so is Black Widow. Not to mention, these two have also fought alien technology. That's right. The Apple of Eden for Ezio and aliens in New York. However, Ezio has eagle vision, which basically is like spider sense, so I'm going to give the edge to Ezio because Natasha can't really sneak up on him or trick him with this. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time again. It's the verdict. We gotta pick a winner and a loser. So who do you think it's gonna be? Is it gonna be Ezio? Or is it gonna be the infamous Black Widow? Let's see. Weaponry edge goes to Ezio. CQB edge goes to Black Widow. Martial skills a complete draw. X-Factor edge goes to Ezio by a mile. Now, I'm not gonna give you a likely scenario to keep the video short, but Ezio's X-Factor edge, the Eagle Vision pretty much cancels out the CQB for Natasha because she can't sneak up on him and she can't trick him or use her psyops. Eagle Vision's basically like Spidey Sense. He'll be able to pick her out from the crowd and he'll be able to ambush her and set the pace of the fight and might even be able to choose the terrain that favors him. Now that we have this aside, Ezio might try for an aerial assassination. Natasha's pretty quick with her reflexes, and so there would be a quick close-end fight. And in martial skill, I know what you're thinking. There's a draw. But Ezio has the better weapons layout here. His hidden weapons cannot be disarmed. He has a hidden gun which would blow her face off. The hidden blades, again, are a huge surprise, and she can't really disarm them. He could shank her to death with them, and there's nothing she can do about it up close. Piano wire would get cut in half. So ultimately, I'd give this win to Ezio Auditore by a mile because he'll strike first, he'll pick the pace, he'll pick the battlefield, and he has the weaponry to win up close even though they're tied with martial arts. So ultimately, Ezio wins by 60%. If you agree with me or not, let me know and subscribe.